2 years ago, Lingua Ignota, aka Kristen Hater, released Caligula, which was my introduction into her intricately dark, punishing, liturgical classical sound that was rooted in religious and communal motifs that, for me, was an eye-opener. This was a sound and style that I really couldn't attribute to anyone else that I know of currently. I thought Caligula was excellent. I checked out her back catalog as a result. That stuff is great too, and I was really excited for this album when news came of its existence. And this album is awesome. The 9-minute opener, The Order of Spiritual Virgins, has a thick underlying drone layered beneath the eerie choir vocals and lurking pipe organs that are quite harmonious, but there are instances where it hits a myriad of sour and disjointed notes that make the atmosphere much more sinister and benign than it already is. At the 5-minute mark, there is some harsh noise that kicks in, and Kristen's operatic vocals really hang on these notes. It is a tremendous first track. The following, I Who Bend the Tall Grasses, is quite a track that focuses on this bloodthirst for revenge. The soundscape places me in an abandoned cathedral with specters roaming about as Kristen is hastily praying for God to kill someone that she hates as a reward for her devout faith. Picture Spider-Man 3 where Eddie Brock is in church praying for God to kill Peter Parker, but here you get a much more convincing performance that is manic, hasty, venomous, tortured. It invokes this unnerving feeling that I really can't equate to any other song on the album. Pennsylvania Furnace is a grim song with a dirgy piano slash horn slash string arrangement as Kristen is fearfully yet confidently singing in many different registers, where lyrically it presents this topic of somebody coming to terms with their death, which I think is alluded to by being burned alive with their dog, and also showing what they truly fear in their last moments on their way to hell. Another song that shares that dim piano lead is Perpetual Flame of Centralia. The apathetic vocal delivery of the line, "Fear is nothing when the path is righteous," set quite a sorrowful tone that keeps me coming back to it. Repent Now, Confess Now continues showing the violent underbelly of religion as the communal vocals are demanding someone to confess their crime before the Lord takes their legs and their will to live. I also really love the tense and methodical bluegrass pluckings and the stellar coats of dark ambience as well. The Sacred Liniment of Judgment is one of the more brighter spots here relatively, with the glaring new age sheen and the juxtaposing praiseful vocals and a perturbed vocal sample in the background that is smothered over Kristen's singing before getting the chance to speak for itself in the song's final moments. Man is Like a Spring Flower proves to be the most ambitious cut here at 7 minutes long. What starts off as another faint, musically rooted religious mantra about the heart of man quickly turns into a driving bluegrass folky journey. The composition and arrangement here is quite beautiful. There's so many moving pieces of the song, like the vocals and the instrumentation, which flow together effortlessly. And we have the closer, the Solitary Brethren of EPHRATA, which sounds like a soft choir you would hear outside of churches during Christmas time. Actually, now that I think about it, it actually reminds me of like a Sufjan Stevens Christmas song. It's calming, it's idyllic in a sense, given how many dark spots there were leading up to this moment, and it's quite fulfilling as a final track as well. Really, the only blemish on the album for me is the song Many Hands. I don't think it's a bad track by any means. The coiled electroacoustic-esque strummings is quite shivering, and the raw, unorganized vocals emanate a claustrophobic atmosphere, but on numerous listens, I found the song not to be nearly as detailed or intricate as its counterparts, which highlights its franticness in turn, but it just doesn't click for me like it did initially. Overall, I thought this was an amazing album. While there are no crushing or abrasive uses of power electronics or screaming like there was on the last album, Kristen is able to craft an album that was filled to the brim with unsettling material that manifested itself in such drastically different yet familiar ways across the track listing. The dark religious miasma on the album is haunting to think about and listen to, and it's remarkable just how many small touches build into one of the most dense and darkest albums of the year for me. I am super excited for what she does next. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know down below, and we'll see you in the next video. I'd give it a